I'm going to talk to you guys about how to safely acquire land in Ghana and build your house, or how you can safely buy a house in Ghana. Before we dive into this video, I want to give you a little background. Before I moved into this country, I discussed and registered a business with my business partner now in Akkadian. His name is Bismarck Odro. I've had him on my channel on multiple occasions. He's an architect. Upon talking to him, I realized that there is a huge need for us to fix, right? So that's the method I'm going to talk to you guys about, the safest route for you to build your house. And also, while I've been here for the past almost 3 years now, I have discovered how to safely purchase land in Ghana. I have multiple properties that I don't share on this channel. I'm currently in court for one of my properties, and it's almost over. I'm going to win. And I just want you guys to know that the court system works. So you have nothing to worry about, right? You just have to be educated. You just have to make sure that you have contracts in place to protect yourself and all that stuff. So stay tuned. I'm going to let you guys know how to safely buy land and also build in Ghana without all the headaches and everything that comes with it. So the most challenging part of the whole process is acquiring land that has no issues in Ghana, especially in Accra. That is not an easy feat, right? So if you are not that knowledgeable on land, if you don't really know much, when I say knowledgeable, I'm talking about the laws in Ghana, like how to analyze and do your research and all that stuff. If you don't live in Ghana, you live in the States, you really don't know much that's going on. Your safest bet is to go for somebody who will guarantee your money back if something goes wrong, with an office. When I say somebody, that's a company with an office, like me, like Akkadian Limited. Each land that we sell to everybody, right, there is a contract in place that guarantees your money back within 6 months. In case you buy the land from us and you are going to work and something happens while you are working, we are not able to resolve, right? You get your money back. Like, you are being bothered by somebody who actually owns the land, right? Like, we sold you the wrong land. We have a contract in place to give you your money back because we believe that we sold you the right land. So for something like that, you absolutely have nothing to worry about because you are taking zero risk. There are also a few reputable companies. I can vouch for one. It's Royal Kingdom Estate. They have lands available and they have an office. It's a legit, they operate by the book. So with stuff like that, you can't go wrong with buying land from them, right? Or buying land from us, because if anything happens, you get your money back. And will we be stupid enough to give you a contract to guarantee your money back if we think that we are selling you the wrong land? I don't think so. This contract is basically worthless if we weren't a legit company with an office, right? So the reason I'm telling you that is because don't think that just because I mentioned this contract, you're going to take this education and you're going to go to an individual without an office and request for a contract to guarantee your money back in 6 months. It doesn't matter. So you want a reputable company with an office that you can go to, with the documentation in place that shows the amount that you pay them and all that. And that's the process that we take with Akkadian Limited and a few other reputable real estate companies here. If you go through the chiefs and stuff, it's a little sketchy and stuff like that, and you have to really know your stuff to get it right. Don't get me wrong, people buy land through that, but that's where most people get themselves in trouble, because a chief sells it to you and then the Busapahana is mad and all that stuff. It could be weird. It could be a weird way of trying to buy land because of family issues and all that stuff that will come in, right? You can buy land, you can buy legit land, like the situation that I'm in. One of my properties, my commercial property, right? The most expensive land that I actually have, right? It's a plot and a half plus government land because it's up by the main road. So it's literally about 2+, and it cost me a lot of money, right? And I bought the land with a title on it. So I did everything right. Have transferred the title to my name, and somebody still came to try to get money from me, which I refused. And I'm in court for the past almost 2 years now. But thank God it's almost over, guys, and things are looking really good. I never really thought for a second that I could lose the land, but it was just annoying. I'm telling you this to say that Akkadian Limited, we have made the right connections, and not just Akkadian Limited, but I'm sure other, reputable real estate companies in Ghana, they have that backbone. If people know that you are buying the land from this kind of people when they show up, right? We have, for example, I'll give you an example. Akkadian Limited, the crew that we work with soldiers on ground to protect, right? So if we sell land to you and somebody wants to come around and cause issues, right? For example, Afienia, right? All land in Afienia is heavily guarded. We sell land to you in Afienia, you develop it, and for whatever reason, somebody shows up and try to say this is my land and all that. That person is going straight to prison, right? We have made the right connections. We have the soldiers on ground, and they would literally just handcuff you, and then the headquarters will come for you. We have the system in place, right? So all that crap, somebody can own the land, and somebody will show up in Ghana and say this is my land just like that with their mouth, and just start to cause issues and try to start the progress of your project. It's something that's really common in Ghana and people do all the time. So buy your land from a reputable company. Make sure you have a contract in place. Unfortunately, I personally don't have land in too many locations. If you're looking for land in Shai Hills and Afinia, I am your guy, right? Ghana just shipped in a train for testing. It's passing through Afinia. To me, Afinia in the future is gonna be like, I don't wanna push this, but future New York, yeah, of Ghana, right? Because the train system and all that stuff is coming in on top territory. Amazing, right? This is where I'm gonna make my millions, right? I got a lot coming for you guys, and I'm actually gonna be transparent with you guys very soon. Akkadian City. Look forward to that, man. We got some amazing things coming for you guys. All right. So you have your land. Now you are trying to build your house, right? This is where I come in, and I really wanna kind of take this opportunity to explain to you, because I did a couple of interviews, one with Della, one with Jasmine Alma, and one with Hayford. They asked me a lot about the house, right? Because they did a house touring, and I feel like some of the questions that I answered, saw the comments, a lot of people wanted to know this answer. So I hope you guys followed me on this channel, because this is for you, right? Some of the questions were, who was the architect? What insurance am I talking about? And all that stuff. So that's what this building process that I'm about to tell you about is. You want to do everything by the book, right? You can't come from the West and try to cut corners here and get burnt and then go and cry that, Ghanaians are this and Ghanaians are that. I know, right? You gotta understand, life is hard out here, and if you're not being diligent and careful, people will take advantage, right? To, enrich themselves, right? So you gotta protect yourself. So when you were in the West, right? When you were in New York, UK, wherever you were doing stuff by the book. You weren't cutting corners. When you wanted something done, you call a contractor and you did it, right? So I suggest you use the same knowledge that you've acquired outside to come to Ghana. And that's where Akkadian Limited will come in, right? Who built my house, which you see on the screen, is my business partner. He's the architect, right? And now we work together. We run a company called Akkadian Limited. We've designed a lot of homes, right? A lot of homes. I posted a video with some of the designs that we did in 2023, and so you can check them out. But we've designed a lot of homes, we've built a lot of homes, and what we do is we take you through the process. We will not build your house for you if you don't have a permit, right? People, live in the West and they come out here, they try to build without a permit. How much is a permit? It's not a lot of money. Just go for it, pay for the permit, right? $1,500, $2,000 or less. This permit is nothing crazy. Pay for that. Why do you want a permit on your house? First of all, the government might decide, hey, we want to put in more train systems and it's affecting your house later on in life, right? Ghana is developing, so you're taking a huge risk without having that permit, because if you don't have a permit, that means you weren't permitted. You were not permitted to build a house where you built it. So when the government is coming and knocking down walls, right, trying to make way for, the train system, road, whatever they decide to do later on, guess what? You are in the wrong. You don't have a permit. So you absolutely have to get a permit. And if you don't have a permit, the process is really arduous, and it's a lot of hassle, because the assembly will come in, right? Assembly, every region or district has, their assembly. Like for Afienia, we fall under Prom district. So Prom assembly, they will come around and give you hell, right? Like stop work, blah, blah. And there are penalties and all that stuff. It's just not worth it. So you want to go for your permit, right? Which is something we could do all of this for you. At Akkadian Limited, we can do everything for you. We've built houses for people that are not in Ghana. Literally, from buying land to designing to building, they were not here at all. We've done it, right? So We have these systems in place. And why would somebody trust us to send money to us to build a house for them when they're not here? That's the beauty of Akkadian Limited. So let me dive into it. Well, while you watch me on YouTube and you might say, "Oh, Rush is a trusted guy" and all that stuff, it's great. I appreciate it, but that's not the case. That's not the case at all. We actually give you insurance. Yes, if you are building your house from scratch, we insure everything, right? We insure the money that you send in. That's your mobilization payment, right? Let me take a step back. Now we've got your land, we've got your design. How does the design work? Well, design is basically going to tell us what you want. Like Rush, I want a 4-bedroom house. I want 5 bathrooms. I want 10 living rooms. I want a stripper pole. Whatever you want to talk about. Let me know your deepest secrets in your house. I want a gym. I want a swimming pool. Whatever, right? Whatever you want, you're gonna let us know, and we're gonna write it down, right? And then uh, the payment is divided into 3. You make 1/3 of the payment, and once you do make that payment, we go ahead, right, and we will design your house for you. It's a concept, right? So you get a 3D, you get a floor plan, and then we submit it to you for your approval. So you might look at it and say, the gym should be on this side instead of this side. Or you might look at it and say, I'm blown away. This is amazing. Thank you very much. Proceed. And then we proceed to the detailed drawings. Well, the detailed drawings entails, architectural, electrical and mechanical and all that stuff, right? Like, it's detailed. It's long, arduous, detailed drawings that you don't have to worry about. You do not have to know how to read this. This is for the professionals. What you need is a concept that you just got, right? With a 3D, how your building is going to look when it's done, and your floor plan, knowing that my kitchen is here. If you're an accountant like myself, that's all you should know and should care about, right? It's just recently where I own this company with my business partner who's an architect that I've learned on the job, but it's not your job to know the details. Once the detail is done, now we print it out, 4 copies, stamp it, we're ready for permit. And that's when you pay your last payment, right? Then you go for your permit and you are good to build. When you go for your permit, you don't have to wait for the actual permit certificate to come out. Once you pay, they can give you some number that shows that you've paid for your permit, and you can start working. We are very generous. We're gonna let you know, right? It involves some bills, but it's not a lot of money, like $200, $250. And we're gonna do something known as BOQ. That's bill of quantities, and that calculates how much you could expect to spend on your building. And this calculation is because of inflation. It's usually valid within 2 years, right? 2 years time frame, and we will let you know exactly how much you are going to spend to build your house. But remember, that comes after the detailed design, because we need to know how many doors you want, how many windows you want, and all of that, right? So we send you the BOQ, which is a bill of quantities. We sit down, we talk about it, and you might say, "Hey, Rush, this building is gonna cost me $200,000. That is fine with me. I think it's gonna take me 2 years to finish it." I'm like, cool. We're gonna do it this way. Let's structure. We're gonna have a schedule for the works that we're gonna do, and we're gonna plan according to that 2 years. And you might say, "Rush, $200,000. I thought this was gonna cost $500,000. $200,000 is peanuts, right? Let's just do this in a year." Right? Then we're gonna plan accordingly. We're gonna give you the timelines, what to expect. Foundation, let's say 2 months, this day. Like, every week is planned out, right? So you could just look at it and see where we're gonna be, this and that, like way before we dig the ground. Once you go over that, then we're gonna sit down and structure your payment plan. Basically, it's like a payment plan. So you chose 1 year because you said you have the money in the bank already. Like I mentioned earlier, you see me on YouTube all the time. You seem like, Rush, I trust this guy, man. But we still have to put a contract in place. A contract in place that shows that we are taking on this job, and then we're gonna issue you, some sort of insurances. One is for the mobilization bond, right? Mobilization bond is the money that you're gonna give to us, called mobilization payment. Basically, it's the money you're giving to us to start a project. We're not gonna use our money to come and start building your house for you. And the logic behind that is, if you don't pay us, what can we do, right? The house is there for you. So you have to pay for your own house. So you're gonna give us, let's say, out of that $200,000, you're gonna give us $30,000 up front. That money is insured. Before you send that money in, what we're gonna discuss, like, okay, this is the amount that we need. Use as a percentage. Depends. Like, we are very flexible. We talk to the person to see that person's financial strength and what they are willing to do and what makes sense for us, right? Because you can't give us $5,000 for mobilization to start. We can't even do the foundation, so it's pointless. You gotta wait to save till you get enough money, right? For my building, We tested it out where I think close to $30,000 mobilization bond. That money is insured. There's a bond from a reputable bank or insurance company, and there's a number on it that shows that if we take your money and run away with it, that money is guaranteed to be paid to you, right? It's guaranteed to be paid to you. So you have nothing to lose at this point. Absolutely nothing. You can pay that $30,000 to us to start your project. We take that money, we run away. You get your money back from the insurance company, and they're going to take us on. And obviously, for insurance company to give us insurance, they've done their work. So we're not going to do that. It's never happened before. But I just wanted to explain that to you. We're not going to do that. It's never going to happen. But it's something that we still have to do so you can sleep well at night knowing that no matter what, you are not taking on unnecessary risk, right? That's how a business is supposed to operate. So if you're not using me, you're using a professional company, these are the stuff that you should be asking for. Now you send in your mobilization payment and you go ahead with your project. Oh, the actual project in itself is also insured, right? Things happen, right? Like projects fail. Not that I know of, constructed by us, but it does happen. So you can't think you are invisible and be cocky, right? You have to protect yourself as a company. So there is an insurance that's protecting us, the contractors, and you, the client, from ever losing your hard-earned money. So for whatever reason, we put in the work, we build your house for you, and it fails, or there is some sort of earthquake or whatever. Anything can happen, like a big damage. It doesn't have to come out of pocket. The insurance will cover it, right? So for the time being, so if you agree on 2 years, the insurance will be for 2 years. For 2 years, your entire project is insured, and after that, you can go for your own private insurance and keep it up monthly, like it is in the States. Not only that, right? You get to hold on to some of the money. So out of that $200,000, you get to hold on to some of the money that we're going to agree on. Use this 5% of contract sum. So if you are holding on to 5% of the contract sum, you're essentially holding on to $10,000 of the money, right? Because if you said the building was going to cost you $200,000, and 5% of $200,000 is $10,000. So that $10,000, like I said, everything is agreed on. It's usually 6 months. After completion, you're going to hold on to that money for defects and remedy works. What does that mean? So you pay $190,000, though your house costs $200,000. We've built everything for you. You owe us, you owe us $10,000. And let's say you showering and there's leakage or something. You're going to call us and we are supposed to come in and fix the problem. Your door is not working right. You're supposed to call us in and we're going to come in and fix the problem. Your light is not turning on the way it's supposed to. You got a roof leakage. You're supposed to call us and come and fix this problem. So you have 6 months of calling us in to come and fix problems with the work that we did. If you find anything in there that's like, it's not functioning well, you just got to give us a call, and we are obligated. We are supposed to show up and fix it. And if we don't do that, then you are at liberty to call a third party or somebody else to do it. Keep the receipt and deduct it from our money. Everything is by the book. Absolutely no risk at all. That's the option that you have. So you have this education, and if you're not using Akkadian Limited, you can go ahead and use it to get it from other companies. But I wish and hope that you will use me since I gave you this information. Akkadian Limited does a variety of things, right? You see the bookshelf behind me, it was done by us. The desk is done by us. You can't see my desk. But we have a lot of beautiful, beautiful furniture, customized to your taste, whatever you want. Just show us. As long as it's wood, we will do for you, right? We also do solar installation. We've done multiple solar installations. We have quotes for different, electricity capacity that you need. So if this is anything that you need, the link is in the description below for the email and our website and our WhatsApp number. Just reach out to us and we can talk. We also sell land, as I mentioned earlier. We sell land and your money is guaranteed for 6 months. If anything goes wrong on the land that you bought, like you're trying to build and you're having issues, we are supposed to give your money back. Now let's say, Rush, I don't want to buy and build. You're a smart man, which is why now we got Akkadian City, right? Akkadian City, we are going to build and sell, right? You don't have to worry about land, blah, blah, blah. There is pricing in there. We are selling the house and there is a payment plan of 6 months, 1 year, 1.5, and 2 years, right? If you choose it 2 years, obviously it's going to be a little bit more, nothing crazy. And then you pay as you go and we build for you. It's affordable houses. I think the most expensive house, we are now working on the models, right? We have the financial. The most expensive house is like $200,000 or less, and I think the cheapest is at 60,000. Don't pay me to this. I'm gonna do a whole promotion on Akkadian City. We have plenty of land. It's only a road dividing Akkadian City and that land. It's 21 acres. You could get a plot of land for 60,000 Ghana cities. That's what I have for you. But within Akkadian City, you don't have to buy the land. You just buy the house. Everything is all included. And you don't have to worry about the permit, all that stuff that I'm talking. Flat deal. We just built for you, right? And we are not the only ones developing buildings and selling. They have multiple buildings. The problem is some of them is extremely expensive because the builder has gone through all the trouble of dealing with all the issues that I just mentioned to you about. They've dealt with the land wahala. They've dealt with, lazy workers and all that stuff. They've been stressed. So they feel like they deserve to hike up the price of these houses. And some of them could be fair. Some of them is, overly expensive. So it's up to you to, do your due diligence and know how much it's going to cost. We are trying to be fair here. So, you could expect to get a 2-bedroom, 3 baths from us for around 60,000, if you're paying in the 6 months. And then, if you're paying in 2 years, probably put like an interest of like $5,000 extra on it. But basically, that is that. And it goes all the way to 4-bedroom, 5 baths. And, our most expensive house is still less than $200,000, right? Pretty fair. So, watch out for that. It's coming soon. I hope this video helps, with your planning of moving to Ghana to build a house, or, moving to Ghana to buy a house, or just simply want to buy land. I hope this video helps you to do that. Buying land from a company with an office always helps. Dealing with individuals is a little sketchy, but doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It works. So I wish you guys all the best in acquiring your land in Ghana, because you could look at this as New York about 300 years ago. The people that bought land in New York City, their family is still rich to this day. And that's what's going on in Ghana right now. And for you to bless, your children and your children's children, it will behoove you to buy some properties down here while you can. And trust me, I'm being serious when I say that, because there are stories of people, selling land for $100, $500 about 10, 15 years ago. And the same land now is going for $83,000, $100,000. Now, the property appreciation is insane here in some places. If you could think, deeply, like Afinia, to me, is a no-brainer, right? It's one of the only places in Ghana where there is a new modern train passing through. One of the few places in Ghana, right? Closer to a lot of resorts, closer to the airport as well. It's not far from anything, and it's closer to everything. It's a no-brainer. So that's where my heart is. That's where I have, settled. That is where I am going to make my millions. So if you've not subscribed to the channel already, can you do so? Like the video. It helps with the algorithm. Comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.